The sun had begun its slow descent, painting the western sky in hues of orange and purple. A shepherd, weathered by years under the open sky, stood at the entrance of the sheepfold. His work was never truly done until the last of his flock was safely accounted for. One by one, they shuffled past him, their soft bleats a comforting evening chorus. 99. That was the number he had carefully counted. But as the last sheep ambled in, a quiet dread settled in his heart. His count was off. There should have been 100. He recounted, his brow furrowed, his eyes sweeping the familiar faces of his flock. 99. Just 99. A cold certainty, sharp and unwelcome, pierced the evening calm. One was missing. A young, perhaps foolish, lamb, drawn by some distraction or simply wandering, had strayed. The shepherd's mind raced. Night was falling fast. The air grew colder. Predators stirred in the shadows. He looked at the 99, safely gathered, warm in the fold. And then his gaze went to the vast, darkening landscape beyond. He knew what he had to do. His heart would not rest. His conscience would not allow him to leave that one, vulnerable, alone, and lost. Without hesitation, he turned and stepped back into the encroaching darkness. He left the 99. Think about that for a moment. 99 safe, secure, accounted for. And he went after the one. He retraced his steps, his staff tapping against the rough ground, his eyes scanning every crevice, every shadow. He called out, his voice a steady, rhythmic chant in the stillness. "Lamb, little one, where are you?" Hours passed. The moon rose, casting long, distorted shadows. His feet ached, his cloak grew heavy with dew, but his resolve never wavered. He wasn't just searching for a lost animal, he was searching for his lost lamb, a creature he knew, a life he valued. Finally, a faint, trembling bleat, a sound barely audible above the whisper of the wind. He quickened his pace, his heart leaping with a surge of hope and relief. There, huddled in a small rocky crevice, shivering, its wool matted with burrs and dust, was the little lamb. Alone, frightened, and utterly vulnerable. It was too weak to stand, its small legs tangled beneath it. The shepherd knelt, his rough hands incredibly gentle as he lifted the tiny creature. He cradled it close, feeling its frantic heartbeat against his chest. It was thin, weary, but alive. The relief that washed over him was immense, a wave of profound gratitude. He didn't scold it, he didn't rebuke it for straying. He simply lifted it onto his shoulders, its small weight a precious burden. And he began the long, weary journey back. But this return journey was different from the outward one. The outward journey had been filled with worry and tireless searching. The return was filled with a quiet, profound joy. When he finally reached the sheepfold, the first rays of dawn painting the sky, he didn't just quietly put the lamb back with the others. No, he called his friends and neighbors. "Rejoice with me," he declared, his voice ringing with triumph and happiness. "I have found my lost lamb." This beautiful, simple story, friends, is not just a tale about a shepherd and a lamb. It's a profound parable told by Jesus himself, recorded for us in Luke chapter 15. Jesus used this vivid scene to explain God's heart, to illustrate something truly astonishing about the way God sees each one of us. He told this parable directly after the Pharisees and scribes grumbled about him welcoming and eating with sinners. They couldn't grasp why he would associate with people considered lost or undesirable. And Jesus' answer was this: because that's exactly what God does. He pursues the lost. The 99 in the fold represent those who are safe, those who are already within God's family, or those who perhaps don't even realize they are lost. But God's attention, His passionate pursuit is for the one who has wandered, the one who is alone, vulnerable, and far from home. Just as that shepherd couldn't rest until his single lost lamb was found, God's heart yearns for every individual who is spiritually lost, separated, or just simply feels adrift in this world. This parable teaches us something radical about God's love. Every single person matters deeply to Him. Your life, your struggles, your existence, it holds infinite value in His eyes. He doesn't just care about the masses, He cares about you. The joy in heaven over one sinner who repents is greater than over 99 righteous persons who do not need to repent. Think about that for a moment. It's a disproportionate joy, a divine exuberance over the one. It speaks to the astonishing value of a single soul to God. Perhaps today you feel like that lost lamb. Maybe you've wandered far from where you know you should be, or maybe you've always felt a sense of being adrift, unsure of your place. Or perhaps you know someone who feels this way, someone whose bleat is a faint whisper in the wilderness of their life. This parable is a beautiful, comforting assurance. God is looking for you. He is actively, lovingly, relentlessly pursuing you. He knows your name, He sees your heart, and His greatest desire is to carry you home. He wants to rejoice over you. The message here is not one of condemnation, but of profound, unconditional love. No matter how far you've strayed, no matter what you've done, God's arms are open wide, and His heart is filled with joy at the prospect of your return. You are not just a number in a vast flock. You are the one He would leave the 99 for. You are the precious one He seeks. If this story resonates with you, or if it sparked a thought about someone you know, I encourage you to ponder its truth. Take a moment to reflect on the astonishing value God places on your life. And if you feel led, share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear how this truth speaks to you. If you found this reflection helpful, consider subscribing or following for more stories that explore the heart of God. Until next time, remember, you are deeply loved and you are never too far for Him to find.